Something I've noticed is that in a lot of movies that contain telekinesis, the person isolates themselves in a dark area or they're in a room with nothing in it besides a chair, a table, and an object to move it. Us, all around us, there's things that distract us. Even if we tried to practice, it would be harder because there's things in our rooms, in rooms of the house, everything. So your eyes focus and you see that as your reality. If I could honestly go to, if I could go to an insane asylum but not be given any drugs, I wouldn't mind that because they would put me in a white padded room where nothing's around me. There are no distractions around me. It's just me in a silent, peaceful room. And honestly, it would be more peaceful than being around people. It's just the truth. It would. And I know it is possible to use telekinesis. I know it's possible because I've used it about 4 times, all on accident. Why did they work on accident? Because I'm not the only one who experiences this. Sometimes people will use telekinesis without even trying. Why? Because it's a good way to explain this. Our minds are able to use telekinesis, but the things around us we pay more attention to, especially in my room. There are a lot of distractions in my room. Like when you're trying to stare at an object. If you've ever seen the show Stranger Things, it's about a girl named Eleven who it's about a lot of things. A girl named Eleven because they didn't want to give her a human name because that would elicit emotion. They put her in a just blank room and they did what actually works. They do to you in the military pretty much. They got her to use telekinesis eventually because they put her in a dark area. If she wasn't able to use it, they would lock her up. So that entrains your mind to, oh, failure, I don't want that to happen again, and then you get better at it. That's why if you're just handed everything in life, you never learn from your mistakes. If you have parents that are always just super, super nice, there's never any discipline, then those kids are going to grow up to be little assholes and think they can do anything they want. It's the same with just in general discipline. Everything takes discipline, everything takes time. You're not going to just watch a telekinesis subliminal and then master it like in a day. Unless you have a super strong subconscious and it just accepts and changes very quickly. Unless you have that. But even in the movie Matilda, which is more of a family friendly movie, which it shouldn't be because they're abusive parents. um, the teacher is super abusive. The teacher locks Matilda up in a coffin like room with spikes in it. And there's smoke. And there's fog. And it's in like a basement. That's fucked up. But that's the exact same thing. Like, the exact same thing as Stranger Things. They would lock. It's strange. It's very strange. They would lock her up. They only did it one time in Matilda, though. And in Matilda, she didn't get in there because she was practicing telekinesis, right? She got locked in there because the principal's fucking crazy. But There's a part from that movie where the teacher actually, I mean, the principal, the crazy ass principal, actually gets mad that the kid ate chocolate cake, so she force feeds him chocolate cake until he almost dies. That sounds like a kid movie, right? But hey, there's happy music in one scene. As you watch Matilda, you realize that it took her a while to master her telekinesis. And the way she did it was she used emotion, which is what everyone says who is trying to teach telekinesis. Feeling is part of it. Part of it, not the whole thing. But don't you find it a little funny that in all these telekinesis shows and movies, they all have relatability and they're all the same almost in different ways? That's a bit strange. Like Heroes. My favorite character was the villain, Skylar. And he practiced and practiced and practiced. Of course, he could steal powers, so he stole the power from that that dude, like the first episode, I think. And he just began practicing it in his house, which was dark and not much stuff. You know, a good way to get rid of all these distractions is turn your light off when it's pitch black, like at maybe 8 or 9 o'clock, depending where you live. Get a flashlight and hold it over the object you're trying to move. That way the spotlight is only on the object that you want to move. It makes a lot of sense. Because I tried to do it with my flash drive. I tried to make my flash drive fall off the table. And but it didn't work because I kept looking around. I couldn't sit far away and try to make it happen far away because I got distracted by all the things around me. But if there was just a flashlight on the flash drive, then you're only going to look at the flash drive. That's why in all the movies, they put the person in a dark room. And it really does make sense. Yeah. There was a famous scientific study done in like the 50s of a girl who could use telekinesis, but she couldn't use it like the movies, where they force push or they're manipulating 1,000 things at once. She was able to move something when there was a glass jar even closed inside of it. We all have telekinesis. We just have to practice it, just like everything else. The body adapts. The body achieves what the mind believes. One of my favorite sayings now. But it's true. It's completely true. How do you think the military gets so strong? They train, and they train. It's just that barely anyone trains in telekinesis. And Trevor 7 is like a very long-lasting telekinesis YouTube channel. He can use it, but not in big ways. The thing with my mind is, once I'm able to do it, I'm going to expand. I'm going to say, it's going to get stronger. And it is going to get stronger. But you got to practice to get better. Okay, goodbye. Oh, I am going to make a telekinesis subliminal, but not like the other one that I made. This one will speak like just voices, and you repeat what those voices say along with the video. And unless something different comes up, I'm not making fighting subliminals anymore. Because in real life, I've realized how useless fighting is actually. If there's 5 guys, you're done for. Unless you have telekinesis or something, where you can just push all of them back. Yeah. I hope I get a skeptic. Because then it will just encourage me more and more and more to get even better. Bye, guys.